I love my bit of sun at this time of the day. Do you? This is perfect.
Last bit of summer, this as well, innit? But it drops, you know. It gets cold and it gets...
Where are we doing the show from here?
I'm just going to do it here.
Where am I sitting? I want to be.
Well, if we're going by stick to football, you're here.
Oh, no, I've got me back to the sun. I will move. I will move. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Oh, stop.
But you've got the Vatican behind you.
We're not living, are we? No. This is my best time of the day, this bit of sun. I love it on holiday between 5 o'clock till about 7:30, where it's not so intense, the heat.
Yeah.
I just need a half an hour blast. If I get a half an hour blast, that'll do me.
It's not too hot either, is it, when it's this time of year as well?
I don't ask for much. Just
That's all you need.
good people, bit of sun, bit of peace. That's all I ask. Bit of peace. Why don't people give you peace? I mean, people, places.
That's why you need to be in the hills here, though, isn't it?
I should have put my Speedos on. Would I? Speedos?
I love that.
Oh, forget the show. Just leave me here. Oh, my God. Do you like the sun?
I love it.
You happy to sit up for hours, or?
I don't think... It depends what time of the day it is. Now, yeah. I couldn't in the middle of the day. It was hot up here earlier when we were setting up.
Oh, just that breeze is nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, this what happens. Oh, people spoil it. Look, these coming in here now.
That's what I mean.
See, this ruins it. And then it'll be all noise. You know what I mean? I should do my own podcast on my own. Just think so. Just.
I'll help you with
and
that.
just chat. No, even just on my own. Just.
You could just talk.
Just chat.
Just you talking.
Oh, Ciara, man, we're not living. I definitely want to move to a warm climate.
Where would you move, though?
Rome.
Move to Rome. I prefer Italy to Spain. Everyone seems to go to
Think
Spain,
so, yeah.
don't they?
Yeah.
I think I prefer Italy.
I was thinking if I came to Italy when I was a player, maybe would I like really
Stayed.
I was staying, but would I really like embraced it? You know, the language, the food.
What a life, you two, eh?
It's
What a life. What a life. Where am
You're
I?
over there, Gary. I'm in Roy's seat. I need to get up.
I know, I'll move on. Where did it all go wrong? Eh?
You should do this more often, Gary.
Yeah, we should. I must admit, I was a bit hesitant about it, really. I thought they'd all say no.
Oh, they like it, they love it.
Everyone else will do it, and I think they're about to say no.
Could we just do it from different locations?
I think we
every
should. I
week?
think,
yeah.
Get an overlap villa.
Do you not need sunglasses?
I'll tell you where we should do it.
Sunglasses.
Yeah, I know. I'll tell you where we should do it. We should do it in Roy's coffee shop thing he took us to, that little barn area. That'd be good to do it in 1 week. I'll tell you where else we should do it. We should do it at the ARNE shop in Liverpool.
It's hard, though, you know, it's tight. To get
I
the
feel like
cameras
when
in.
the end of what's that film, Ocean's 11 or 12, when they all walk out onto that balcony like Ocean's 12.
You're overdressed, Wrighty.
I'm not. I'm fine. I ain't got all else.
That sun needs to go. I'm telling you, it needs to off.
Oh, it's perfect. You
Can I sit there?
No. Can
I sit here? Because he's happy there.
That's it. You can stay there then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Oh, on my own, though. No, don't have anybody now.
Righty's next to you.
Oh, Righty, no arguing today.
I'm not going to argue,
We're
Roy.
in
I'm not in the
Rome.
mood. Roy, look, look where we are. We can't be arguing today. Don't
Right.
start. Don't
You know
start.
what? I just put myself in Righty's shoes, right? I mean, you can't believe your luck over here working with us. You are living the dream.
I've been around at Burnley for all them years in Crystal Palace.
Oh.
Get out of that, then. Get out of that.
You'd been offered a contract by BT at the time, hadn't you?
No, but I said I had.
It's infuriating. I'm not meant to be sitting in my house infuriated by watching a football match.
And I showing personality and character by standing here getting like a volley of abuse. You know, just get down the tunnel.
Oh, this is New York. This is New York.
Thought he was in Goodfellas then. I'm dealing with a fan and that's not getting in. I don't need you to tell me what someone's saying.
Hey, I didn't see him signing autographs afterwards, by the way. All them little kids waiting for him. Flag.
Right, so you've had some journey since the end of football, haven't you?
How do you mean?
You've reinvented yourself, because no one liked you when you were here.
Well, tell me your journey. Let's talk about your journey, Wrighty, from the end of football. You get to the end of football, how old are you?
You're the guest. You can be the guest today.
36.
Right, and then you're 36, and then what happens? What's the first thing you do? What's your first job?
You know something? ITV signed me up to do that. The Friday Night's All Right show.
Right.
They signed me up to do that, and so I thought that I had a life of TV presenting coming up, and it was pretty good at the time because you're interviewing.
But why
decent
did I ask you,
people.
Ryder? Were you doing stuff before?
You know
that?
what I done? I'll tell you what I done while I was playing. I done Top of the Pops. I done a thing of Top of the Pops, and it's quite chaotic because you have to be moving there, you have to do the link, then you have to go.
What, you
over
done
there.
a few Top of the Pops?
I've done a couple of Top of the Pops. I've done a couple of them.
That's not live, is it? Is it live?
It was, yeah, it is live.
Who were you presenting with on Top of the Pops, Wrighty?
On my own, mate.
On your own?
Yeah.
You presented Top of the Pops on your own?
Yeah.
There's more money. Is there more money in if you're by yourself? If you're
No,
doing it with somebody else?
But Wrighty, that's two iconic shows that you've been on, like Match of the Day and Top of the Pops. Probably the two most. Would you say they're the two most famous programmes historically, like Coronation Street, maybe? But
now you say
Top of the Pops.
Top of the Pops was massive.
Yeah.
And then Match of the Day is what it is. It's the governor, isn't it?
Yeah.
But like, yeah. I thought that I didn't know. I wanted to do the badges, but like the agent side at the time, they steered me away from that. I told you, haven't I?
Yeah.
I really wanted to do those because I had a couple of years where I could have just like done those, see if I could have done them, see if I was capable of managing or doing that. And now I'll never know. I don't think I could, but
The time, you mean? The time commitment?
yeah. I wish I could. I wish I would have done it when I had the opportunity. And people used
You,
to say
so
that.
you regret not having a go at management?
Yeah. Well, it's not even to do the management. I liked being in the dressing room, even when I'd done that bit for MK Dons for a year.
Oh, yeah.
I just loved being in the dressing room. It was brilliant. Just being in there, seeing when the guys played well, when they played badly. It was really...
But isn't it crazy? Sorry, right? You make the point there, but for any of us, and I think doing the badges is good for you. But it's strange that a lot of ex-players, who played lots of games, I know there's a commitment to doing your badges, but some players should be like, imagine Wrighty at a big club now working with strikers. Do you think he needs coaching badges to do that? There's an argument to that, especially if he's got other commitments. Like Wrighty makes points there about attackers, and you're thinking, are these attackers at clubs getting them kind of coaching points from a brilliant ex-striker?
You know what, Roy? I remember...
You're like wasted in a sense, isn't it?
I remember I was playing, I have to drop one in. I was playing golf with Johan Cruyff for when we had to play some golf in France in UEFA Golf Day. And he said the exact same thing. He said, why does a player who's played all his career need to have a badge? Now, I know there's reasons why you need to have badges, but he said, why would I need to? He said, what, is it because you can't sit on the bench? He said, well, stay in the stand and let someone stay down there. But why shouldn't you be able to manage if you wanted to?
And it's not, you know, the point is for like lots of experts, it's not about going up necessarily taking coaching sessions. It's just about giving key, like when Des was on a few weeks ago, Des talks about centre-halves, you go, they're just like hugely like factors for a player that they mightn't be getting in coaching sessions, but just an experienced player. Imagine going up to Wrighty talking to his young striker at Arsenal or Man United and going, listen, these runs, it's just little pointers you can give somebody. Go, listen, you wouldn't get that.
I'm like that, Roy. People say to me about coaching, and I've got no interest in it or something. But obviously, I talk to my son a little about the game. He plays my position, but it's coaching, but it's not putting on a training session of like that. But it's just your own experience of games and sit. Like perfect example was I did Haaland's goal against Brentford the other day.
Yeah.
I'm watching it and I've been there as a centre-back and I know exactly the mistake he's made and what he should have done. That's not because I'm a coach. That's just because of...
You've played hundreds of a game at
you
top
just
level.
know, you just like, you know, think situations like that.
I'm led to believe, Ajax years ago, I don't know if I've read somewhere Ajax do it where they get 5 or 6 ex-players to come back every few weeks and they might look to watch 11v11 against like academy players. But like me going back into United or you going back in and we're watching a game, but I'm just focusing on the midfielder. Forget about everything else. And after 20 minutes, they stop the game and I would just go over to the midfielder and go, listen, you're getting drawn out too wide or you're getting in the wrong position, you're not getting a half turn. Then the game, and it's only like 30 seconds, you go, go back up and play. And you'd go and speak to a fullback, you'd go and speak to a striker. That's priceless for a player.
So how long are you doing that for, Top of the Pops?
Well, I think I've done a couple of shows, and then that's when ITV, they offered me that Friday Night's All Right show, and I remember I had to do it where, I had to do a pilot, Roy. It was a nightmare because it was just going to be network, which is just going to be in London. And then all of a sudden, Lionel Richie said, I'll come on to it. So I think we had Lionel Richie, was it Chris Eubank? and I think Prince Nassim Hamid. I think those were the guests.
What,
But,
your first show?
Yeah,
On your pilot?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was the pull, and then what happened was, that honestly, it was the most. I was petrified
Yeah.
because then now it's national. It's going all
Deep
across.
end, isn't it, that, really?
It really was, and the thing is, no auto cue, so I had to do all the stuff. So I had to do all the words and all the stuff and everything.
Righty, I want you to get us that copy of that. And let's put
I wouldn't want to watch it.
No, let's put some in the show. Be nice.
Oh God, I wouldn't want to
Bring
watch
that
it.
with us
And I had
next
on all leather as well. And I was trying to be like Shaft, but like I remember, I messed up the first 2 or 3 because it was a long monologue to start, and it was live audience there, family was there, everybody's there, and I came out. Oh, sorry. When I come out, it was like when I went back the 3rd time, I thought I was gonna cry. I said, I can't do this. I can't do it. I remember my guy, was it Bob Massey? Came out and said, listen, you know what you're saying. Just slow down, take your time, breathe. Just come out and just speak at a nice tempo. Just tell us what's going on. What's going on in the show, Ian? You know, don't worry about what you've got in your head. What's going on in the show?
I know. It's hard, that.
You know what I mean? And then, you know something? I didn't realise how tough it would be when you're doing a show that's recorded, because they could stop you when you're in your flow and say, hang on a minute, can we just... And then, you know, you have to start again. And this is why once I started doing live, I prefer to do live because, bam, it's just happening as it's happening.
But Righty, I think that's the most uncomfortable that I see pundits and feel myself, is when you have to ask the managers questions sometimes when they come into the set. You know what I mean? You're thinking, you've got to ask and getting a question out concisely.
Yeah.
It's difficult sometimes, isn't it?
Yes.
You end up saying too much, or you don't say enough, or you get...
And then the thing is as well, what happened with me after I'd done that show, then it started to get a bit of momentum. And then I remember Michael Parkinson done this scathing, like...
Attack on you.
Oh, it was honestly horrible.
No.
And the thing is, you know, when you say, you know what, I just read it, I see what you say.
There's no need for that, though, is
honestly,
there?
it hit me to the core, it touched me to the core. You know what, towards the end when he was saying, he did apologise to me for that piece, what he wrote about me.
Do you think he was worried? Was he still doing
not
that
that he
type
was
of thing?
worried. I
But
think-
was he doing that at the time?
Yeah, he was there because, like, what happened was
Did
that
he see you as a challenge?
He's
not
the
even
king
that
of
he
it,
saw me
wasn't
as
he?
a
That's what I'm saying.
It didn't see him as a challenge, but that show, what Lionel Richie came to do with mine, he was meant to do that show. And he said, you know what, I'm going to go and do his show. You know what I mean? And he came and done the Friday Night's Right show, and I think he might have had a bit of the ump about that. But he done this, and I read it, and honestly, I was devastated.
That's not good, that.
It really, it cut me to the deep. It cut me deep, and I was like, Jesus.
I think it's like that when you get into a football team, or when you join a broadcaster. Your first experiences of who you're working with, they can either decide, they can make you a failure, or they can make you a success. I know sometimes you can stand on your own 2 feet, but if the production team and the hosts, you know, bring you in and make it enjoyable, you're going to be better. You're going to enjoy it, and all of a sudden you think, right, okay, I belong here. But it can easily go the other way. I've seen it
go the wrong way, and I thought that when I came out the first time to try and do it live, I thought this ain't going to work out. I should have stick to the coach. I just wish I'd done the coaching.
But what are you doing during the day then, Righty? Just doing the
Just
TV
doing a lot
stuff?
of you're just doing a lot of reading on the guests that you're going to be doing.
Research, yeah.
Yeah, you're doing a lot of reading on that. Reading about
Were the
Lionel
guests good
Richie.
with you that night? Did they help you out a little bit?
Yeah, they were,
good?
especially Lionel Richie.
Yeah.
In the end, you had to sing a bit of a song with him. It's fucking so cheesy.
Righty, bring the show in, will you?
I don't know where that show is. I don't want to see that show again. People, I'm sure, will find it now. But like, it was one of those where when it finished, I think it's the most relieved I've ever been. It was really tough. I found that very tough. But then you get going. Then all of a sudden, after the first couple, they said, look, why don't you try this auto cue? And then they put the auto cue, and then they gave this long dialogue, and I'd done it without even slipping. And I said, could I have had this at the start? And they said, yeah, we didn't think you'd... I said, you didn't even offer it to me. They could have taken away all of that. I could have been totally different.
But why didn't you go into hosting football shows like, you know, Football Focus or...
Because the managers and the agents I had at the time were, the monies that I was getting offered there...
Entertainment?
Yeah, was much better than anything else that I would have been able to get at that stage. And they wanted to keep it flowing like that. And it was just like a result for them because my career's come to an end, but now I'm going into television where I can go for another few years and they could do the exact same thing what they're doing. It was easy for them. It was poor decision from me. I should have got rid of those agents years ago, ages ago.
When I think about the three of us, really, I didn't know what I was going to do at the end. So I did TV, I did coaching badges and obviously did a bit of coaching, and then I did the businesses. I didn't have a clue, but you were absolutely fixed. You're right, you went into coaching, you were adamant you wanted to be a manager. You didn't really want to be a pundit, did you?
No,
when
but
you
I
first
don't know
left?
if I don't know if I really wanted to be a manager either. Obviously, I'd done my badges, and then the kind of Sunderland one snuck up on me. I'd only just finished, so I wouldn't say that was part of my plan. But sometimes if something comes in front of you, and you have a look at it. And that's the Sunderland one was. I certainly wasn't. I'd only just retired from playing. Remember, it was only a few months.
What happened when they asked you, when they said to you?
Well, I actually said no to Sunderland at the start, and then I was away on holiday, and I thought Sunderland, obviously, really good club. They were struggling, and instead of over-analysing everything, I thought, why not? And I had no regrets. I thought, yeah, I'll go up to Sunderland and give it a go. But it wasn't part of my master plan, shall we say? Even though I was obviously doing my coaching badges to, at some stage, to have a go off it.
This episode of Stick to Football is brought to you by ARNE Clothing. What advice would you give now, all of us, to a player that's getting to 32, 33, and they're about to get to that point whereby their adrenaline rush every week's going to go, and they've got 35, 40 years of their life left, and they know they're going to end up basically not stimulated every day unless they do something. What advice would you give them now?
You know, the thing is, Gal, is that what everyone says, playing football for a living is the one, it's the greatest thing that could happen to a boy. For me, from where I come from, it's the greatest thing that can happen to us. So to be able to make a living out of what you love, what you're passionate about, to be able to do that, then that's coming to an end. You have to try and find something
To replace it.
Yeah, because if you try to find something that's just going to get you a job for you to just continue to be, it's not going to happen for you. And this is why we hear.
But you can't just say, I'm going to go into the media, because you don't know whether that path's going to be successful or not.
No, but this is why you have to find something.
You have to be a bit open-minded.
Yeah, you have to be very open-minded.
A lot of ex-players, the danger is obviously the biggest challenge for a footballer is when you stop playing.
Yeah.
Don't sit in your backside either and thinking something will happen. Like, try management and Wrighty, try go into whatever you might want to do, and then you'll find a path that works for you. Even when you're 32, 33, you don't know what's going to happen in the next few years, but something will open up for you. But don't be sitting on your backside.
That advice, Roy, I got that advice from a local comedian in Liverpool called Willie Miller. Now, he did the after dinners.
I've met him.
Yeah. He probably took the piss out of you. But he'd obviously seen ex-players. He was in with the play. He knew the players well, and so he'd do the after dinner stuff with them and all that. And something's always he just said to me when I was coming to the end. And listen, I had Sky and things going on. He just said, fill your diary. And it's always stuck in my head as if, like, this thing...
Good advice, that, fill your diary.
And that was all it was. And it was a bit like, almost like you've, not every single day, but you've got somewhere to go. You've got something to do. And the Sky thing was obviously a weekend, isn't it? You know, with the football.
You got off the... Because I remember getting the call. I was in Norway or Denmark, I can't remember which one it was. And you'd been offered a contract by BT at the time, hadn't you?
No, but I said I had.
I can see you do that.
Sky Sports producer ringing me saying, look, Carra's been offered a contract by BT, but he'll only come to Sky Sports if he can do Monday Night Football. And I said, yeah, I'm okay with it. You'll bring him on. But that's what he said to me, that you've been offered a contract.
Carra. I thought that they deliberately put you two together because of Man United Liverpool.
No, he wasn't planned like that.
What happened with me was I knew I was finishing at the end of my contract. I had 12 months to go. So in the summer, Roy, we did...
we done the Euros, didn't we?
Yeah, so not we. I mean, I joined, you were part of ITV, so I did it that summer. Not because I wanted to be I wanted to see what it was like. And that summer, I said to Kenny, who was the manager of Liverpool, just before the season had finished, could I shadow you over pre-season? I've just fell out the team. I know me last year, I'm not going to really get back in. I wanted to just have a little... Dip me toe in, a bit of punditry. Yeah. And then Kenny lost his job. Obviously, they changed him for Brendan Rodgers. So Brendan Rodgers came in and I was on holiday, phone me. I was on the phone for about an hour talking about football, his ideas, his plans. And he just said at the end of the phone call, would you want to be a player coach? I said, I'd love to. I said, I've had this conversation with Kenny and, you know, it'll give me a good opportunity. And then I met him face to face in Liverpool and he changed his mind, which, you know. So we brought Mike Marsh in from the academy, and he'd worked with Jose, Brendan. If you remember Jose, every club he went to, he sort of promoted a club man sort of next to him, didn't he? I think Steve Clark did that at Chelsea.
He did it with Kieran McKenna.
Yeah, exactly. So I think maybe, I don't know if Brendan was thinking, okay, an ex-Liverpool player's got more coaching experience, you know, get that. And I was fine with it. It was fine, no problem. And
but he'd offered you that. He'd offered you the job, had he, player coach, Brendan?
He said it on the phone, and then I'd never met him face to face, so it was just a chat on the phone. He said, "Would you like to do?" I said, "Love to, yeah."
Who do you think's put him off that before he's met you then? Or do you think when
Could
he
be
met
anyone.
you?
Could be anyone. You know what it's like. People always say, don't they, oh, an experienced player, he could be after your job or something like that. That was what people used to say years ago, didn't they? Or
Yeah, but
something.
you know, that's got to have an element of something in it because, you know, Jamie Carragher, one club man, you know, coaching in the background if it's not going well for me.
Maybe.
You know,
You say, Gary, have a plan, but sometimes you have to be adaptable, don't you?
Yeah.
If the coaching door shuts and you be ready to, whatever you say about ex-players, there is loads of media opportunities. I'm not saying that's for everyone, but be prepared to, like Wrighty, go throw yourself into the deep
But
end.
that's not what it is.
You know, beggars can't be choosers. Sometimes it's do what it might be local radio, might be mainstream TV, but be ready.
But you know the thing is, though, just on that with Roy, is I'm pleased that I went and done that because now I don't want to do that. Every now and then they ask me to do, but I want to do the football now, and that made me realise I want to do it. Talk about football.
Yeah, sometimes you do something and then it proves you don't want to do it. If you know what I mean, you got to dip your toe into it. Whether it be about management, coaching, media stuff, there is opportunities out there for ex-players who've had, some sort of career. But don't sit at home going, "Oh, I'm the ex-player. I played." No, you have to get up off your backside and do something, whatever it might be.
I think I made when I look back now, I think I've never been obviously in coaching, so I don't know what the buzz would be like when you get a result or how you feel afterwards. But the way I used to feel as a player when it hadn't gone well and we'd lost, I look back now and just think, you know what, I don't want that. I love football. You know I love football, but that feeling I used to have after getting beat, that feeling.
The beauty then, if you've been an experienced player, you just mentioned there coaching with young players, or you become a manager or a coach, and then you go into punditry. Oh, that's a big help. That has to be. This is a different type of experience.
You get asked questions that we wouldn't about
yeah.
management or coaching or dealing with a player. You know, you've all got that experience that I haven't got.
You mentioned losing as a player. You're right, Jim. When you're a manager,
I could imagine, honestly. I used to torture myself.
Of course it is.
I remember even like with MK Dons, done it with Carl Robinson for that year, and it's seen what it used to do to him and how it used to make him feel, because obviously he's got to put on one face for the players, whether he's angry or he's sad because he can't say certain things to certain players who he thinks let him down. We'll talk about those players and that players who could have played better. And then afterwards, when you're in, like me and him driving back in the car, sometimes I think he's going to cry.
Yeah.
Really, and I thought to myself, you know, after the year, I remember my miss, I said, I can't do that. I don't think I could do that. I don't think I've got the personality to be able to do what I saw him do. Go in and lie about a player that should have done more for him, or players that haven't done what he's asked them to do, and then say, but hey, just keep going. I can't lie.
And what happens recently, I think, again, players are having more power. We've seen on them. I don't want to go back as far as the Bosman ruling, but the players have so much power now. Every time you read a manager's interviews, they're just desperate to keep the players on side all the time. So even if you do have a go at a player, even if it's through the media, you're just worried. Basically, you need the players more than they need you. And that's a hard place to be sometimes.
This episode of Stick to Football is brought to you by ARNE Clothing. We've all become pundits, or people who work in television mainly and offer opinions on players. Do you ever think about the responsibility that you have? Obviously, you're an ex-player, so you're looking at, you've been where they've been, and you've made their mistakes, and you've been criticised. It's never pleasant when you're criticised as a player or a manager or a coach. You know, it's awful at times, particularly if you think it's personal. What about when you see when you see players or you see managers talk now about the fact that what's being said in the media is having a big impact on players? I know the easy trope, and I've thrown this out in the last week, and I thought, should I have said that? Or you shouldn't be playing for Manchester United if you can't take the criticism. That's the obvious reply, isn't it? And there is an element of that. But is there more than that now with the elevation of the noise that exists around everything?
Yeah, but if you're going to play a top level sport, you're going to have to get used to setbacks and criticism. That is part of that's part of your journey.
Is it more constant now for the players?
I think there's different more. There's obviously, again, to when we go back to we played, there's more social media. There probably is more media
more
coverage.
Noise, more podcasts.
There is, but I think the top sports people have a mental strength to say, again, nobody likes getting criticised, but the top people have a way in their brain of going, I'll just push that to the side. You have to. That's part. If you're going to play 400, 500, 600 games, you're going to. And sometimes it is personal.
I thought it was personal on me.
Right.
And
sometimes it is from certain people.
Yeah.
But
Wrighty, who's personal on you?
Oh, sorry, Wrighty. When we've all been criticised, I think sometimes most of it does feel personal. Of course.
Like all the rag papers, like you know
The newspapers back in the day.
Yeah. And plus because I think because it comes in.
So that's from journalists, isn't it?
Yeah, but the thing is, it was kind of criticism that was that went further than football.
Yeah.
So then, you know what I mean? It was just nasty. Whereas you talk about like me now, I know off the back of how they made me feel, I would never be criticising people to the point where they.
Do you ever feel you've overstepped the mark, right?
No.
Can you think of any time where you feel like you might have been a bit too harsh on someone?
No, I think that, you know what? It's funny because like with Micah, even though obviously I'm tight with Micah, I remember he was playing for Villa one time. I was doing some punditry on Match of the Day, and he was a captain at the time. And I mentioned the fact that as a captain, I don't think he should be there. He should have been, and I don't think that had anything to do with it. And I think he was right. He was vexed with me for a bit, but like other than that, I don't go for that person because I don't dislike anybody enough to say I'm going to say something that can throw him the other way.
What do you think about the fact that when we're speaking, you talk about the player? What do you think about the fact of the impact on their families?
Yeah.
Well, now it's even.
Because I know,
worse.
if I was criticised, I know it actually would impact my mum and dad more.
Well, you know the thing what happened with me is that I used to get in trouble from my mum because I used to, even when I scored, they'd find a negative of what happened in that game. If I had a conflict with the ref or with a fan or something, they'd find a conflict. Amount of times that police are waiting outside the dressing room because they said Ian Wright made a gesture. And what would happen is that my mum, my aunts, and my uncles, those people who read that, they believe all of it.
Yeah.
They believe it. So my mum would say things to me, what's wrong with you? Why can't you be normal? Look how long it's taken you to get there. Why are you being like this? Why are you acting like that? And I said, I ain't done nothing. I said, I've not done nothing. This is what they want to, this is what they want to portray me. I didn't, honestly, Roy, in some of them games, I didn't do anything. I remember I scored a hat-trick at Yeovil in the Cup. Everybody went up to Yeovil to watch Arsenal get beaten by the Giant King and scored a hat-trick. I done a thing like that, like this, because I was getting stick from them. I done that, and they took the picture where it was just the two fingers. They said, why does he have to spoil it? Right, because they took this picture out of it, that finger out of it, so it looks like I'm giving two fingers.
You chipped the keeper one of them, didn't you? I remember that.
It's a beautiful chip,
lovely,
remember
lovely,
it?
yeah, I do.
You know what I mean? And the thing is, I didn't want to do it, but he
Set
fucking
piece,
left
you got a
himself
set
open.
piece, wasn't it?
But
Flick on there, post,
your family,
Remember it?
your family. I think when you're a player, you I don't know what you were like, but I used to almost create this bubble around me where like it was just, if things weren't going well, I drive to training, I train, I come home, I deal with the people in the dressing room, the manager, and it's just like, but it does affect your family because you create this, it felt like this, ball of steel around you a little bit. But the worst thing with your family is if someone is criticising you, or a phone-in, or Liverpool supporters, they tell you, and you'd be like,
That's what happens.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
You've got to deal with it, and I've got to deal with it. I'm dealing with a fan, and that's not getting in. I don't need you to tell me what someone's saying.
Yeah.
But it does affect, I know it affected me dad or different
But
things.
surely when you're playing, again, that level, I think no matter what criticism I was, if I was a bad game or going through a bad phase, it'd never be as bad as the criticism I would give myself. Yeah, your family, of course, they
Do you
pick
think
up.
it's too hard? I'm talking about myself, but I'm thinking about all of us, yeah. I look back at my career and think I was far too hard on myself, and I
don't know,
almost hate
Jamie, but
myself.
I think that's why you played 700 and odd games.
Yeah, I get it.
I think
yeah.
you need to be your own
yeah.
worst critic. You have to be.
But I'd torture myself if I did.
I did.
Yeah, but so did I, because I was. The thing is, coming in like the time I came in, I always thought it was going to get taken away. I always thought.
Yeah, but that would drive you on, right?
Honestly,
the one thing people say about you, you were hungry, you were a fighter.
Starving.
Yeah, but that being harsh on yourself also, I think
I tell you
would
what it
drive
was as
you
well,
on,
Roy.
man.
You know, when I signed for Palace, after going through all the trials, and then you finally sign, and then he says, Steve Coppell said, I'm going to sign you as a professional. And honestly, everything just lit up in me. Then he said, for 3 months. I was like, fucking, light the fire and fucking extinguish it.
Oh, but can I ask you something? What if he gave you a 3-year deal on the spot, really good money? Would you then maybe not as, been as hungry, do you reckon?
At the time, Roy, I was just so pleased that even he said that. Like, even when he said that,
he knew what he was
it
doing,
stayed
right?
with me for a little while I thought, okay, so
But you said you went to Arsenal. Arsenal weren't throwing out money like crazy to you. So that kept you...
No.
Forest used to do it. United as well. I don't know about Liverpool. It's well documented. These clubs or these managers that go, no, just keep them on their toes.
Yeah, maybe that's what he was doing.
Yeah, of course. That's exactly what he's doing. Keep the hunger. That's part of
Because,
the
like,
we see young players now getting 4 or 5 year deals. We see it all the time. They get huge money quickly, and they just lose the eye of the tiger. You see it.
I think that's what kept me. That's what kept me, because I never stopped thinking like this next contract is to 2 years. That's my last. I never stopped thinking like that, because
I was like,
I was the same.
you know what I mean?
I bet you we were all the same. And then when you got good money, you thought, I better really improve now because I'm on big money. I don't want them thinking, oh, he's relaxed now because he's on X amount a week. So it just drove you on. And all the top players we worked with, It's never about the money. It's about the challenge. It's about,
You know, Roy, with the amount of money that they get now on that,
well, yeah.
the amount, can that do something? I don't know if it would do anything to
Maybe.
me. I don't know because I never got the monies what they got.
But that's where the
fact is,
people around you and your
that's a-
family, it
that's a
doesn't
lot
matter
of
if you're
money.
on 10 grand a week, 100 grand a week. The people around you, you're on about your family hurting,
Yeah.
your family, my family.
It's up
That's
to
all
them.
good.
It's
That's
up
all
to them.
feeling the pain when you lose a match or you've had a bad spell. That keeps you, that drives you on. That's your DNA.
This episode of Stick to Football is brought to you by ARNE Clothing. I want us to go back to 2012, 13, and Sir Alex Ferguson is 6 months away from leaving,
Yeah.
and David Gill is 6 months away from leaving. What can Manchester United, if you go back to that period now, what do Manchester United do that means that they don't have the next 12 years that they've just had? Which is lack of investment in the stadium, lack of investment in the training ground up until this year, and a team that's underperformed and spent 1.5, 1.6 billion pounds. How does that, what, if you go back to that route there, what changes?
Well, there was always going to be a drop-off, wasn't there?
Was the Roy? Because
Yeah,
I say that, but then I look at, to be fair, I look at what Slopp's done after Klopp. I know it wasn't quite the same dynasty,
Right, yeah.
and I think, Joe, something that sort of that changed my mind a little bit, because after Wenger there was a drop-off with Unai Emery. After Klopp, I was expecting it to be a drop-off, but there wasn't. So what could have been done there in terms of sort of thinking about this massive problem that's been created for the club?
Chopping and changing managers.
David Moyes after 8 months. Do you think, when you look back, I mean, I was on television at that time. It was my first year, well, second year actually, at Sky. And I was adamant that they couldn't sack him, just purely out of Manchester United had always given managers time. And I went, look, just stick to what you do. And now he was having an awful time, and it was.
You say an awful time, was he? Jokes aside, where were United at the time? How bad was it? I think when David Moyes
seventh that season.
Was it 7? I thought they were.
It was a struggle.
Right.
The drop had gone from 1st to 7, though.
Exactly.
It's like,
You're not used to seeing United there. That's what it is.
I get that. But why? You're on about clubs trying to do the right thing, whatever, and obviously results were on about at United, you have to win. So David Moyes signed. Did he sign a 6-year deal when he goes there?
Yeah.
He's gone 8 months later.
yeah.
That's not good. Is that David Moyes' fault or the club's fault?
I think.
Do you think the team? I always look at that team, and I think I said this at the time. That team won the league the year before, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But was it
Like Robin van Persie, yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
you know, Ferguson's record, and you know, he's right up with the greatest probably managers we've ever seen. Was his brilliance in almost fooling everyone that
It was a
team?
bit of that, yeah. And
And I'm not having a go at this. I mean, they won the league and they won it by a decent margin.
Yeah.
But when you sort of, they didn't really buy anybody big that summer.
No, I
did
mean,
they?
if you
it was almost like
remember-
we've got a title-winning team. Let's just take
They
it.
were getting Bale, Cristiano back. They were getting Baines. They were getting Fabregas. They were getting.
Yeah, that didn't help David Moyes. The
No.
speculation of the players were getting in, and then remember the last-minute deadline they
They got
brought in.
Fellaini.
So I think, again, straight away the fans were like, well, David Moyes has been in Everton. This is the perception what fans are thinking about. He's never won a trophy, which at Everton, we're bringing Everton players in. So already, some managers go in there like, they're almost snookered from the start. And David Moyes, he said it a few times, he had these kind of players lined up, and he spoke with them, and the deals were never done.
Do you think that?
Like, sorry, when Klopp won the league with Liverpool,
Yeah.
I know you're on about changing manager. Where did it finish the following year? Didn't have a proper drop-off.
They did, Roy, but to be fair to them, they lost 4 centre-backs. To
Right.
Like,
There's always circumstances around it. But Liverpool, where you go, Klopp won it, you're going, it's
I think
Klopp.
they finished 4th.
Right. But like a point sort. I'm going to say, I think they were like 30
Oh, no,
points
they
worse off.
only got 4th on like the last day.
Yeah. And I think they were like 30 points worse off.
Yeah, yeah.
So it can happen in terms of different circumstances, but it was always going to be a drop-off.
Guy, but you're talking about Wenger. What they need to be doing now, because you have to start somewhere, United, in what's going on now, because like it seems like it's you can't see the.
No, we're at a point you can't see the end at the moment.
You can't see the end. So when you look at him, like what's it, Jason Wilcock, he's the technical director, now he's the
Sporting director.
sporting director. So Man United are just promoting. Why don't they go out and get a top director of football who is going to look? City wouldn't do that. Arsenal didn't do that.
Well, United did do that, didn't they, with Dan Ashworth?
And,
So
that,
they
and then,
thought.
yeah, but then what's happened to him?
He
They have to go again.
How many months was he there, Dan?
Yeah, 5 months.
Wasn't long.
They did wait a couple of years for him, paid big compensation,
Yeah.
and he's out the door winning.
Wait a year.
Surely they've got to do something about that. They've got to do something about their director of football. You can't just. He's the technical director. How comes all of a sudden now he's good enough to be the director?
You know how
I mean,
long...
that's now. I mean, to be fair, we can go to now, but I was talking about back then when you think about what's happened.
Yeah, but we would never envisage this for Man United. So you're thinking, okay, it's not working out for Moyes, but they'll get a manager. It'll be fine soon, and then it just hasn't.
But
That's what you're thinking.
You know, we were talking before about punditry and us putting things that we say at times can affect other players. But when you think of predominantly Manchester United, they are the club in this country who have probably most eyes on them and media on them. And we say, you can't be good enough, or you're not a Manchester United player if you can't deal with that. But do you think it's tough for them to become they're not a Manchester United player straight away? They almost have to grow into being a Manchester United player. Do you think it's too much for them before they even become what you want them to be in some ways? Because it feels like so many players at United leave. I don't say they go and be amazing world-class players, but you think they do a lot better somewhere else than they do at United.
I definitely think
it feels like that happens at United.
I definitely think
more.
there's something going on, you know, in terms of the environment. It has to be the last few years. There's been too many good managers go in, too many good players go in, and it's just not happened. Listen, they've had some cup runs and they've been a cup team, but yeah, there must be something going on. I always, again, my mindset always thinks of what the training ground is like. What's the culture like? Are they driving each other on? Are they training properly? Are they decent lads? Have they got enough quality to play for Man United? Are they brave enough to play at Old Trafford when things are going against them? Every time he gets into an arm wrestle, no, they seem to go under. What's the?
Yeah, but Roy, what about the fact that Man United's old ethos is built on youth? Look what's happening to players who come through the academy at United at the minute. Yeah. That's something as well. You could go back to the Busby Bay all the way to class of '92 to now look at Maney, Rashford, McTominay, whoever you can go. What's happening with Man United?
The one thing I'd say, right, when we're not daft, and I've said this before, when we played at United, we're not daft. We knew there's a business side to football, of course, but I always felt that United, rightly or wrongly, that was always about the football first, and then there was obviously a business side to it in terms of tickets and winning, shares or whatever. But but that comes from the football. But I think it seems to be it's more about the business side, and the football seems to be behind the business side. But that's how it feels. And that's all we're reading about United, the numbers and new stadiums and this and that.
I think I'd like to see it be a good business, as in, you know, build amazing stadiums, training grounds, have amazing facilities, fan experience. I'd love that, because I don't think that actually you have to have one or the other. I think you can have an amazing business, and I think you can have an amazing football team.
Doesn't that come with the success of the team? That's the kind of thing that comes right. We've got a great team. Let's build up our training ground, our training facilities, and let's keep that going, because our teams do. It should be all driven by the football and what you're
doing. Of course, football's number one. Of course, football's one. Anyway.
But when you look at United, I don't see it as the United that we were involved in. It just doesn't seem. Certainly doesn't seem the same.
Nowhere near the same.
This episode of Stick to Football is brought to you by ARNE Clothing. The Super 6 £1 million jackpot is still up for grabs. It's crunch time. If it's not won by the 26th of October, the season leader will be walking away with the lot. So now is your chance to get involved. It's completely free to play. Just predict 6 scores this weekend and the money could be yours. So if you fancy becoming £1 million richer, get your Super 6 picks in before 3 p.m. on Saturday the 18th of October for a chance to win. 18 plus TNCs apply. Right.
Should we start the show?
Oh, is this the show? Oh, sorry.
Jesus. I thought we'd done
We're in Rome, by the way. We're in Rome.
Hey, nice. It's brilliant.
Hey, we weren't expecting this.
Brilliant. Remember that? What show was that in that one show?
I was sat at home.
Look at Rome.
I was sat home.
Brilliant.
I was sat at home last night and thinking, oh, why did we agree to do this? Why didn't we just do our normal show in our normal thing? But then, actually, now we're here.
You're going to.
No, I'm all right.
Someone's just put on a favourite Italian dish.
Cacio e pepe.
Is that pasta?
Yeah.
Can you
with cream and pepper?
No, you know this one where you got that block of cheese.
Oh yeah, it's served in a block of cheese.
Block of cheese, and then you put
that's fancy, that.
That's cacio e pepe.
Favourite Italian dish?
Well, Wrighty's the guru on it. He knows everything, how to eat it.
He even pronounced it.
You're going to let me go with that? Jesus, I only told you not to cut your pasta right. Jesus.
No, it's the tone.
It wasn't the tone.
In front of everybody.
Carrie, are you not doing Italian food?
Lasagna.
lasagna. But you know something? There's a thing about lasagna. I've got to have crispy and not too much of that creamy yellowy stuff drippling out. And
Yeah, I know what you mean. A bit of crisp
it's got to be a bit
on top,
crisp
yeah.
on top. It's got to be when you cut through it, you can slice it.
Yeah.
I hate lasagnas. It's got
When it
that.
slops away.
Yeah. The lasagna in Casa d'Italia in Liverpool, that's what I like.
He's
that
after
the
a
one?
free meal. He's
Yeah.
after a free meal.
Oh, what do I have at Puccini's?
Who?
At Puccini's in Swinton, I used to have. I used to have I used to have my own pasta in there.
Roy, what's your pasta?
Bit of spaghetti bolognese, yeah, nice.
Yeah, I'm going to go for the same.
4-4-2. Yeah.
Well, this programme is going to be centred around. We've done this before, but is there anything in football that you have noticed lately that you would like to get rid of?
To get rid,
And then we're going to.
Football.
get rid of.
Oh, long throw-ins, I've had enough.
Yeah, can you?
Oh no, I love long
Jamie,
throw-ins.
you can't get rid of long throws.
It's
I'm
not
glad they're
football.
back.
Listen, it's
Jesus
something
Christ,
for us to
watch some of
analyse
these
and why have they
games.
come back. But
Why have they come back?
It's an
Carra?
entry
I
into
don't
the
know.
box, Jamie.
Listen,
It's
I
an
know.
entry.
It's
Jamie.
like,
You know what, Jamie?
I
I'd
remember when I was a kid, Wimbledon came up, so that must have been late 80s, and it was like long throw-ins, Vinnie Jones long throw. It was almost looked down upon, okay, and then more teams done it. But it's now become like every team in the Premier League has took a long throw, and now I get it late on in it or something. But
You know what, Jamie?
it's
Can I just say,
the
Jamie?
game's
But we used to
becoming.
No, can I?
I know, but
no,
it's becoming.
Can I just say, Jamie?
Never had
it's
a good throw, did you?
When you watch the games now, people can get to the last third and it can still end up coming back to the goalkeeper. I'd rather them throw it in the box
I
and
would.
let's see
I
something.
would.
I'm tired of seeing this, recycling it back. And
Carra.
Is there not a happy medium somewhere?
Defenders have got the best passing possession in the fucking game.
Carra, you're the best analyst in the business. I want you to tell us why long throws have come back. Go and do some digging. I asked a question on Sunday during the Brentford City game.
You know why I think why it's come back? It's not just long throw-ins, it's kick-offs. Have you seen kick-offs now? Everyone's getting put in the corner
boom,
flag.
yeah.
Now, don't forget, if you go back 30, 40 years, God rest his soul, Graham Taylor was absolutely vilified for that sort of style.
He done it with Andy Gray in his first game for Poland.
Yeah,
Bam.
you know, kick it out
Yeah.
the corner flag and all that. And that was sort of looked down upon 30, 40 years ago. The game has moved on to technically and, you know, more football's played, that's fair to, you know, playing out from the back, a more technical game where that's Pep Guardiola. And maybe we have gone too far with that. I think that is there's definitely something to say for that. But I think what's changed is I think when the big teams are doing it, it becomes fashionable. It's not looked down as, like, say, like the smaller teams. So PSG last season actually started doing that kick-off in the Champions League.
Yeah.
And it came from, I think, Luis Enrique took it from Lille. There's another French team in the French league who were doing that kick-off and maybe getting success from it. Paris Saint-Germain started doing it. So then if the European champions is doing it, we can all do it. And if you actually remember Arsenal away in PSG in the second leg last season, they battered them for the first. Remember PSG couldn't go, and it was just long throwing.
Long throws.
So Arsenal now are like almost the best set-piece team probably in the world. And it's like, well, it's good enough for the team top of the table. If it's good enough for the league champions. So everyone's doing it. It's not like, oh, Big Sam's doing it or Tony Pulis is doing it. We'll turn our nose up at it. The best teams in the world are doing it and getting success.
I've got another theory that if you think of what Charles Hughes did 30 years ago, which was that basically position of maximum opportunity, POMO, which was so widely disregarded and actually, to be fair, at the time blamed for England's downfall in technical football for 20 years. I genuinely think this will be coming from data and AI and analysis of stats of where you lose and where you win games and how you score goals. I think this is coming from something that's more clever than just... I think it has caught on, but I suspect there is definitely data behind it somewhere now.
But obviously, the set pieces, it's down as a set piece. Do you know what I mean? We're talking about corners and penalties. That's always been a big factor in football.
I don't think anything in football now, I mean, anything is getting left to chance.
No,
I think it's like every mind...
They're squeezing everything out of it.
I heard a phrase a
goals.
couple of weeks ago, and it was digital twin. And I think these clubs...
Like you and Phil.
Hey, we set that. I've been called the Chuckle Brothers for 20 years. Digital twins, amazing. Yeah. No, but you think about it, right? You can replay a game now through data analysis and AI and create the game again and say, where would we have won that game if what we'd done different? And I think generally they're getting fed like details and points, almost like they've played the game again on some sort of computer system, like some form of
and getting all the
digital
data.
twin, and they get all the data from it. And
But
they say,
Nev, do you
right,
not see it as a way of an entry into the box? And if the ball's...
no, I completely
Of
agree.
course, you're
but
getting big
Charles-
bodies in there, you're getting people
Charles
attacking.
Hughes, Roy, did the biggest ever study and research programme of scoring goals. He did like 10,000 games or something, and he worked out that the ball had to get into this area so many times, and you would win football match. It was a real deep piece of work. It was unbelievable, really, ahead of its time.
Maybe he's before, he was before his time, wasn't he? Because now, like you say, it's the margins now. It's about winning, however you can. It's like I was saying about watching the game. It's so hard to watch sometimes. You watch a football match, like Brentford and City the other day. It was a tough one to watch.
When you were with England, was that a long throw? I'm not joking. Liverpool, remember Liverpool's great night against Barcelona? They came back a couple of quick corners. It was so the set pieces. I know it's not long throws.
still
The
got to
set pieces
execute
win
now.
World Cups.
Do you know what I have a problem
Still
with
got
long throws?
execute.
Long throws, I think, to be fair, it's the time it takes for them to be
Maybe,
set up. So, for instance, when we used to do it, I would sprint down the line. If a centre-half was coming up, Pally sometimes came up for a long throw. He'd sprint up. We'd do it quite quickly. It wasn't like, or Teddy would sometimes go and stand on the touchline and make a run like sort of 5 yards towards the 6 yard box, and I'd throw it towards the 6 yard box. And he'd come away from the centre-half. So what Teddy used to do really cleverly, let's say that's the touchline there, he'd run away from the centre-half. So basically, the centre-half was never getting to him.
Right.
He was always just nipping it on. He was clever at that.
Do you know Thomas Frank when he came in at Spurs this summer? So he must have done something on TV, and there was like a board behind him about what the day was, like the thing. And one of the things was throw-in auditions.
Oh, wow.
So all the players used to so he's coming new to the club. There was like so people would see
Who's got a long throw?
Yeah, basically, that's what it was.
Right, Cal did that at Salford last year. I can't remember which player it was now. They worked out had like
Someone had a long throw.
unbelievable long throw.
Yeah.
They just literally said, right, everyone go stand over there. I can't remember who it was.
Did Liverpool get a throw-in coach a few years ago when he was criticised for that club?
Yeah.
But surely a manager's job is to find the best way. Arsenal got criticised a little bit. Everyone's given a bit more credit now. As a manager, you've got to find a way to win a football match.
I think it's unbelievable what Arsenal done on corners. It's one of the things I'm mesmerised. Well, that's your word, isn't it?
Mesmerised, yeah.
Mesmerised, but it's unbelievable.
Yeah, but then, Jamie, it still comes down to the delivery is unbelievable.
Yeah.
But how can they always get it right?
Because they're doing a lot of work on it.
Unbelievable.
The quality of the ball in is unbelievable.
The thing I would get rid of would be the player going off for 30 seconds after getting injured.
Oh, yeah.
I hate that. I think that's so punishing for a player who might have been fouled or kicked, who's gone down and needs treatment, and then basically has to go off for 30 seconds, stand on the touchline and wait to get back on, whilst the team, to be fair, who may have been the perpetrators of the foul, could go and score or something. I think that's going to cause a big moment in football at a key point where there's a genuine injury or a genuine point where it can cut something like that, and they don't let them back on. And then all of a sudden, there's a massive goal scored, 11-10.
I'd get rid of that not calling the offside when it's playing.
When it goes through.
I just can't take it anymore. I can't, and it makes me want to throw something at the telly every time. And then you think, oh, maybe he's not, and then it gets down to, and then the linesman goes like that, and I'm like, I just can't. That is so it's infuriating. I'm not meant to be sitting in my house infuriated by watching a football match because someone's not calling someone offside when I've seen in my living room on my sofa, he's offside.
Yeah.
Just put the flag up.
What about managers? Moving the manager's technical area further away from the touchline, so it's not right on the edge of the touchline?
I'd actually give managers. I'd give them more technical areas so they can
me a little
go
bit seeing
further down
managers
the
like on
Did
the
the
edge
Chelsea
of the
manager get done the other day for running out?
Yeah.
Did he get?
But that was like a last-minute goal.
But did he get a booking for that?
But he got another yellow card.
Maresca was okay. I don't
would
mind
stop
that.
After every game now, all managers on the pitch, everyone's shaking hands with each other for ages. The managers hugging other players. Most teams now walking on the pitch and they get home games.
Lap of honour.
Sorry?
Lap of honour.
Yeah,
I think they got that from the women's game, because the women after every women's game they walk all around the pitch, say
Well, that's
thank
fine
you.
then.
And that's something that's just come in not too long ago with the men.
No, it's not good.
You just shake everyone's hands and leave normally.
Yeah.
No, to be fair, what I don't mind away from home, if a team have won and then they all go over to the away fans, clap and then go off, I don't mind that.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Here's one we've got to get rid of. What about when the away team have got beaten, been beat badly, and they go and see the supporters? This new thing, I'm commentating on games, and they stand
They're
there.
just standing there.
Clapping like this. They all stand there. And the crowd are going mad at them. It's a bit like, aren't I showing personality and character by standing here getting like a volley of abuse? You know, it's a bit, just get down the tunnel. And someone always ends up arguing. Jared Bowen did it.
Jared Bowen, yeah.
Someone always ends up involved. Just clap and go.
Clap and go. Like,
Clap and go.
Right. I think I might have to make an apology
Why? What's up?
because we said the World Cup final was basically I think
golf?
the Ryder Cup pushed it close. I thought,
pushed it
you know,
close.
I thought it pushed it close.
Me and
That
Roy's
3
been
days
arguing
was
since
incredible
that day.
television. That.
Unbelievable. And what, like I said, for 3 days. Roy's saying it was over after.
How
one.
bad were the Americans, by the
You know
way? in terms
something?
of the
It's the
behaviour?
Nev,
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Can we just talk about the Americans first, Roy? Just quickly. They were so uncouth, bro.
Yeah.
It was
I agree.
disgraceful behaviour. And like the thing is that's America at the moment.
Well, the apple don't fall far from the tree. does it?
Exactly. And that is where they are at the moment. And they you know what? You know what one of the worst things about that? None of the players have come out and apologised for the way that they've acted towards the European players. Because that will not happen at Adair Manor. I guarantee you in Ireland in 2 years' time, it will never happen. It won't happen. But they were wound up and pumped up, Keegan Bradley, all of them. Oh, this is New York, this is New York. And like, we ain't got no problem.
Thought he was in Goodfellas then.
We got no problem with banter and like, but in their backswing, shouting shit like, you fat F to like Shane Lowry when he's getting ready to do his putting. It was just
And did it-
disgraceful.
yeah,
No football, no football match, no sportsman
But did it
would
put
have
them
gone
off?
through what them lot.
Did it put them off?
Of course it put them off, but they got through it. It put them, of course it put them off. Rory told them to shut the fuck up. While he was playing, he turned around and told someone to shut the fuck up. That doesn't happen anywhere else. This is what I'm saying. The levels of strength of their mentality is something I can't even fathom.
It was a brilliant watch, to be
It was
fair.
amazing. Roy saying it was over in the first.
It was over after 2 hours.
Anybody who watched golf, no, it wasn't over.
no,
after-
no,
It wasn't over after.
It was over after 2 hours. Of course it was. And everybody was, oh, you never know on Sunday.
You know something? That
might
last
happen.
day-
Nothing happened on Sunday.
That last day.
It was over on Friday after the start date.
Last day, I think only one of we got a couple of half.
Yeah, because they knew they
matches and
couldn't
one.
lose it, Ian.
America could never win after that.
Exactly. After 2
I
hours.
can't believe I'm hearing.
I must admit, on the Sunday on the way home from
It was
Newcastle
over.
Arsenal, I was watching it for 3.5 hours. I have to say, there was a moment where you thought this could be.
No, it was never
It
going to
could
happen.
have
That's the way it's
gone
designed.
either
It's meant to be a
way.
little bit close. But it's like a football team, you know, we're 4-0 up and they get one back. You go, could something happen? You go, no, it's not going to happen. We're 4-1
Right,
up.
this is why.
They were in front.
This is why you put the players out. You put out. That's why you load it at the front with the better players, and you try and put a couple at the bottom. Experience like Shane,
know all
Bob
that. I
McIntyre.
know all that. I
Did
want
America do that as
for
well?
that eventuality, just in case it gets to a place where because the Americans are much better at singles because they're more selfish and it's all about them. The English players and the European players are used to the foursomes and the four balls.
I'm watching it at
playing
home.
for someone else.
It was over after 2 hours. I'm telling you now. It was.
I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue with you. You should have done a bet with me.
I should have done a bet
I'd have
with
won
you.
the bet. I'd have won the bet because like,
I told you
it's
it was
the-
over after 2 hours.
No, I
You
would
were
have
up or
won the
up?
bet because it was a better sporting event than anything I've
I
seen.
thought it was one of the highest pressure environments you could put in sport when you're
Ever.
thinking about sort of the puts
Ever,
that were
Roy.
going in and the sort of atmosphere.
So you tell me, right? I'm no expert in golf. I don't play the game, but I watch top level sport. So you're saying the pressure on these players because some people were shouting. Become a footballer and go to Leeds or Anfield on a Tuesday night, let me tell you. These guys playing big tournaments every week, so all of a sudden they're going to be upset by a few
Right.
Yanks.
These people are right in there. You know what? I'm not even going there because I know it's right. It's winding me
You
up.
got
I know.
McIlroy. McIlroy's won all the big prizes. Do you think he's going to be upset by a few people? It's ridiculous.
I think when-
And then they get upset because of their partners. Let me tell you what you said to your partner. If I was a golfer and my partner was getting abused, I said to my partner, my wife, or my girlfriend, going, just stay at the hotel, love. I'll see you tonight when I get back. Because you don't come to all the other tournaments, but guess what? You get a new outfit and you come to the Ryder Cup. Stay at home.
Ryder Cup.
God, see, so you got a lovely new outfit, you got a new belt,
We need
a
to
new
get Rory
handbag.
back. We need to
And
get
then I'm going, I'm getting loads of stick. Well, go home.
Right.
we need to get Rory back on.
And I guarantee you, they're going back to a nice hotel, you know what I mean? They're not in a
No,
camp.
no. The thing is, right. You know why why the wives
Oh,
are
here we go. Go on, Nick Faldo, go on.
You know why the wives are there? Because it's meant to be a lovely sporting occasion where you bring your
But
wife.
they knew that
Because
before
it's-
it. They knew that, Ian. Are you telling me you
No
was-
one knew they were going to
Yeah,
get
of
that much
course they
stick,
did,
right?
Ian.
They knew they were going to get
No, they were-
something.
the whole, like,
no one could say they
It's
knew
been
they were
built up
going to
last
get
6
that.
months. Wait till you come to America.
Yeah,
it's
but-
going to be Of course they knew they were going to get
They knew
abused.
they were going to get abused, but it was never, they thought...
They should go to a football match.
Rory McIlroy had to tell someone to shut the F up.
Well, he shouldn't be swearing either, should he?
Yeah,
Hey, I
because
didn't
he
see him
should've
signing autographs afterwards, by the way. All them little kids waiting for him. Flag. Yeah, exactly.
Listen, I'll give you that one.
Thank
I'll
you.
give you that one. I'll give
Thanks,
you
Nick.
that one. Don't call me Nick Fowler. That's a
But I,
great
I
man.
did enjoy watching it.
It's good, huh?
It was over on Friday.
No, if you're a golfer, it was not over on Friday. You sit there, and I was petrified right up until Shane Lowry, because even when Shane Lowry done it for us to
What did it
retain
win by?
it,
What was the final score, please? I'm
I
serious.
think it was 15-13.
That's a lot. Isn't it?
Who's
That's
the
like,
most-
not
that's like
a lot.
4-1 in football, isn't it?
It's
It
not.
is.
Who's the most annoying American golfer that you thought on this over the 2 or 3 days?
It's not even that they were annoying her, because I quite like Bryson DeChambeau. You know who was annoying me? It's Keegan Bradley, the captain. He's the one that tried to
Did he start
call a
running
foul
down
on
with-
Justin
Did he start
Ross.
running down with it? Did I see him?
Flag, yeah.
Yeah, the flag.
Yeah,
him,
yeah. It lacked class, not like Luke Donald. Luke Donald.
Oh, Luke Donald's class actor.
Class
Yeah,
act.
it does
Class
like
act,
when
and
you
well
run it
done.
after
for him.
2 hours, isn't it? You're gonna
To
show a
win,
bit of class
to win a
when you
Ryder
Hey,
Cup at
Should
home
we get
and
Luke
away.
Donald on here? Should we get Luke Donald on here?
I'd love to get.
Yeah.
Luke
We ask
Donald
him, can't we?
Let's
Bring him on
get
with
Luke
who do you
Donald.
like him on with?
Captain. The best Donald.
No, but
in
if he's the captain,
the
the first
best
thing you
Donald
say,
in
Rory,
America.
why don't you sign him autographs for them kids?
Who's-
If he's a captain, tell Rory to sign the autographs for the
Yeah,
kids.
but Rory did sign autographs for the kids. He
He
just
missed. There was a couple of two
there was
kids I
maybe
saw.
one.
Right, okay, next one.
In years to come, there's someone's going to say, "Yeah, Rory, you didn't sign this for me. Now look at me, I'm a fucking star."
Yeah, hopefully.
This episode of Stick to Football is brought to you by ARNE Clothing. Is there any sport that you'd like to get rid of?
Sport?
Yeah.
Golf? No.
No,
Sport? No,
It's hard to say that, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
because
that's a tough.
everyone's got different
everybody, yeah.
passion for different
And
sport.
not everybody's going to play the so-called
Yeah.
the best sport. Sports for everybody.
Sport is
to
amazing,
Find, yeah,
isn't it?
find
Yeah.
themselves.
Listen.
Are we refusing to answer that?
Yeah, not
Yeah,
answering
yeah.
that. Every sport, give brother a chance.
Is
But
there
if you
any-
had to pick one.
Music. Is there any band that everyone likes that you don't like?
I don't feel the Oasis vibe that everyone seems to be like going crazy for. I saw a lovely band the other night, Manchester, Deacon Blue.
I was there.
Beautiful, wasn't it? It was a good
Yeah,
night.
it was
Yeah,
nice,
it's a
yeah.
band.
Real great, but like
I know,
Oasis
I've-
are great as well.
Right,
They're great.
listen to the question. What's the question again, Gary?
Is there any bands that everyone likes that you don't like?
That's what I'm saying. I said everyone
How many
likes, but I
bands are
don't
there
feel
now?
it. Like, you know
You
what I
don't
mean?
feel it's,
I don't feel
and
the
it's nothing
Oasis
to do with
vibe.
United City.
I don't know about that.
See, I mean, this is what I'm saying. I can't.
but
I
no,
just
I-
take it seriously.
No, I'm serious. Jesus, it's a simple question.
I
Can I
would-
answer? You spoke for half an hour about Top of the Pops. and I listened, and I was polite. I mentioned something. in one of them moods.
That's what he said to me the other day. He said,
I went to the
he's
Oasis
in one of them
concert.
moods.
I went to the Oasis concert. I wasn't sure what to expect in terms of, I was watched them like 5-6 times going back.
And I get it, and that's
50.
fine.
They were absolutely incredible.
They were
to
good.
me.
Yeah,
They were
but,
good.
yeah,
But you-
can I answer the question? Everyone, and I'm going, but I don't feel them. That's it.
You don't have.
I'm not begrudging you liking
Yeah.
them. Read the question again. Fucking hell.
Jane, what?
Is there any band that everyone likes that you don't like?
Yeah.
I don't know that many bands. I like Oasis, like, to be fair. Who's the one? Coldplay, everyone goes to watch.
Coldplay.
I've seen them.
Do you like Coldplay?
Who does everybody like?
You're not feeling Coldplay, is he? See? I think
Yeah,
they're
there we
amazing.
go.
I don't.
I think
yeah.
they're really good.
It's funny because it's a bit fluffy for me, and I'm not sure. It's
R&B
Coldplay.
man?
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
they support Spurs.
No, it's not
Did
because
they support Spurs?
I don't know.
No,
He
you
said that about City and United.
But like now you say that, yeah, it's just my missus
Yeah, you're
goes
not-
crazy.
that's
I'm not
fine.
clean. I'm not
Feel the
keen. I'm not
Oasis
keen.
vibe.
I just got words on these things. I mean, just
That's what normally happens. man.
food and drink. What does that mean? What am I doing
Get
here?
rid of a food.
So I got
Oh,
to say,
sorry, now the running order's important, is it?
Hey, good shout. I
That's
like
great, everyone.
it.
Ben should
I
be
like
here.
it.
that I've got a riff is because there's no running order.
There is, okay, what food and drink doesn't everyone like?
What food
Oh.
and drink does everyone not
Give me
like?
one I want.
Not like
Okay, I don't like anchovies.
Yeah.
You don't like
Yeah.
them?
Anchovies, I hate
Oh,
anchovies.
they're the green
Like
things.
The
isn't
little
it?
Little
fish, the
salt
little
things.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah,
What
yeah.
are the little green
capers.
No,
no,
olives.
olives. I don't like
You
that.
don't like olives?
Olives, no.
Can't like olives. I don't. You know what I don't like?
I don't like
What do
sprouts.
people like on
Oh,
toast? What's that?
Nightmares without them when I was a kid.
Don't like rhubarb.
Rhubarb, yeah.
rhubarb and
I used to
custard.
love that when I
I
was a
don't
kid.
like
I used to
rhubarb
love
at all.
that.
I tried it again the other day at a little pub lunch, and I said, "Let me try it." Maybe because I was younger, I just didn't like it. Because I didn't like the. I fucking hated it.
Oh, do you know what I don't like? And everyone's putting it on everything. Truffle.
What?
Truffle.
It's expensive truffle as well.
Truffle.
Yeah, but it's-
It's
maybe
got
if they put too
truffle
much-
fries, truffle mash, truffle,
Truffle.
everything. I don't want truffle anywhere near
If they
anything.
overdo it, Gary, it can be an overpowering thing. But truffle's amazing. But like if they
Why is it
put-
amazing? So it's
It just gives a nice flavour. It's a lovely taste and that. But like if you put too much on, it can be very overpowering.
I don't like. I've never had a coffee in my life.
what?
Yeah, I don't like coffee.
I've
I'm
never
with
had a
you. I'm
coffee.
not a coffee.
Not a coffee drinker.
I'm a tea.
Wow.
Not a coffee.
None of you coffee.
No.
I've never had.
really
I've never.
not.
I mean, I've had to try it, about smelling it as a kid, and then everyone went coffee mad, didn't they, about
Yeah.
10, 15 years ago. It was
I
like,
got jealous of
I
that.
don't get it.
I got jealous of it because like there was so many on the market, but I just
Yeah.
don't drink coffee.
Oh no.
Not for me, that.
poor part of my
Espresso's the
day.
one. If I smell espresso, it's
That's
so
strong. But that's strong though. That's strong,
But
right?
do you like the taste of it?
Yeah, but you can't start on espresso. I don't think. I think you've got to start on something with a bit more milk in it. That's a bit more sort of like.
It's even like my favourite dessert, like tiramisu. I love them, and like if it's got too much of that coffee.
Yeah, I don't like tiramisu. That's funny, that, isn't it?
No, I
You don't like
that.
tiramisu?
No.
No.
You got
No.
a
There was
fucking
something on the news the other day.
joke.
Actually, the more tea you drink, it's actually quite. It was obviously drinking loads of tea was bad for you.
I've stopped drinking tea.
No, but they actually said tea's actually quite good for you if you drink
I
loads.
don't know what
Yeah.
to
I
believe.
think it goes in cycles. What's good
Yeah,
for you and what's bad
yeah.
for you.
They just talk shit. They
It's
haven't got a clue.
bollocks. You know what I mean?
I haven't got a clue.
I
There
just-
was that woman who came on the news years ago and said, don't eat eggs. And everyone says eggs are the best thing you fucking eat.
yeah,
What was it
the
years ago?
protein.
What was her name? Edwina Curry.
You know, don't listen to her.
Oh yeah, that was
Her body,
salmonella,
John
wasn't it? Was
Major.
that not?
Oh, that was John Major's mate, wasn't it?
Yeah. John Major's mate.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
This episode of Stick to Football is brought to you by ARNE Clothing. Right, travel. What travel would you get rid of?
Travel, would you get rid?
I love the train. Airports are a night. I know it's not the...
Airports are stressful.
Them,
Yeah, I think airports,
them scooters zooming
Manchester
along the
airport's
street.
a
Do you
joke.
know what I don't like about airports? I don't like the fact that obviously I get they have to obviously make sure security's right. But I used to think airports like 15 years ago was more of a hospitality experience. People would welcome you, security.
Yeah.
Everything now is very much looking at you in a very doubtful fashion. You've got to sort of like prove that you're not a criminal almost rather than them. You know what I mean? Like almost like you're going in and it's like looking at you aggressively. I think. Maybe is that just me?
No, no, stressful.
I
Isn't it?
think I would say them scooters are really dangerous. They need to do more. They should be wearing helmets.
The
It
scooters.
should be something to do with insurance and
Or
stuff.
to be fair, they
and
deliver.
bicycles going
Yeah.
through red lights all the time.
Yeah.
I'm tired of them. God, they need to do more on cyclists to make them a little bit more like lawful in what they're doing.
I love the train. I think the train's my number one now.
Yeah, like
What's the one TV program that everyone loves but you don't get?
Lost.
Can you give us options? Yeah?
Lost.
What's Lost?
That's exactly it. There was this program that everybody went crazy on,
Yeah.
and they were somewhere that they were lost
Oh, yeah, I
forever.
remember
And you know
it,
what
yeah.
else? Prison Break. How long
Oh,
are
I
they
love
fucking
Prison Break.
breaking out?
I love Prison Break.
Yeah, but is it Prison
He's in
Break
it.
or not? Are they breaking out or not? How can you have how many series is it? It's about 7
I know, but it's
series.
so good. I get it went a bit far in the end.
I've never seen one of them. Lost or that prison.
Lost or Prison Break.
Roy, you need to watch
Brilliant.
House of Guinness. I've started watching that.
I might. But how many shows is it? How many series? Is it?
Eight episodes of 40 minutes. I've started
That's
watching
not bad.
I
That.
could commit to that.
It's
but when
written
it
by the
comes
guy
on-
that wrote Peaky Blinders. You got Peaky Blinders?
Do you know I'm not feeling that either.
No.
What?
Oh, Peaky Blinders is unbelievable.
I've never
No,
seen
I know it
Peaky-
is, but I'm not.
No,
I've
James,
never
you
seen
gotta
one
watch-
episode. How many? All right, can I ask you how
Brilliant.
many episodes and series is there?
I think there's a
There's
few.
six- there's
5 or
six or
6,
seven.
yeah.
Yeah, and how many series is
How
there?
many series of Peaky Blinders is there? 5?
There's 6 in it, isn't there?
5 or 6. And 2 movies.
It's too much of a commitment
No,
to
no.
follow something. I like a
Yeah, but-
movie. I know. I like closure. You know, I like closure after an hour and a
I
half.
think Peaky
Roy,
Blinders the
I
movie
watched it
coming
the
out.
other day.
You've got
again, all the way
to
through.
watch the. I said to you before on the plane, the new DiCaprio movie. What's
Yeah,
it called?
I'll definitely go.
Another time? Something another time?
What's the name?
Titanic.
No.
No, the one now.
The
Yeah,
one that's
I've
out
heard
now.
good stuff about
Something
it.
It's
another.
amazing.
I'll watch it this week definitely. I like a movie.
What is it? Another
Honestly.
time?
But I can't commit to a series.
I
You
watched
go,
it last
We watch
week.
it tomorrow night 7. We might.
No, but you have to
You're
watch
like
House of
Peaky-
Guinness because
Peaky
it's about
Blinders.
basically the Guinness family. I was stunned at like the history of it in terms of
no,
like.
it's cool. Yeah. No, I might make an effort with that. I have to say.
I think Peaky
Being
Blinders
Irish.
is one of the greats alongside Sopranos and Breaking Bad.
Seen
never
us in
followed-
Italy. I want to give a good mention to Gomorrah.
Yeah,
What's
great.
that?
Oh,
Gamora was brilliant for Napoli, Mafia,
the Mafia
Oh,
in Napoli.
Mafia in Napoli.
Subtitles, but it's
Unbelievable.
unbelievable.
It's, you know what was really? I've really enjoyed the subtitles because you really are
Yeah.
engrossed because you're reading it. You're right there with it. You know, sometimes you're just watching it and you kind of like lose it a bit. When you're reading it, you get everything.
Sopranos is my number one. I'd say Gomorrah's number 2.
Did you ever see that movie Wrighty done? What was it called again, Wrighty?
The kitchen.
Hey, have you watched it yet?
No. Right, he brings us the top
Oh,
of
you
the
didn't get.
box.
Oh, you didn't get an Oscar for that. To be
Bring
honest.
us the right
You were
show
good
on
in
Friday
that.
and then your movie. We want all 3.
No.
Righty, that was
That was
that was
tough, that was a
no, it
tough
was
one.
good. That
You know,
was good.
Daniel Kaluuya. You know
It was a
Daniel
good movie.
Kaluuya.
I'm serious. It was a good movie, and Righty was brilliant in it.
He
should
was
get it on
with his,
YouTube.
you know, he's so intimidating. It was.
Yeah, no, I get, yeah,
YouTube,
but
aren't
What?
yeah, but it might not be.
No,
on
I
YouTube.
don't
Well,
want
you've
you
done
to-
a lot of stuff like that out of your comfort zone.
No, but the
Righty.
thing is, Roy, is that again, like you mentioned earlier, you got sometimes you just got to try it. Like even when Daniel said, "Listen, Unks, we got this part. We think that you'll be really good for it. We've got this DJ who's giving the news.
Yeah,
and that.
yeah,
And I was
yeah,
thinking to myself, you know something, I'm so afraid of trying to learn those lines. And in the end, I had the most monologue, and I would have to do it in different times. And then you got him watching, and then you got.
How
all
did
the
you start
people
with the
there.
news? Was there a certain thing you said or something? No, was you just came on? Was
Yeah,
there
I had
like...
to start with this is the Lord Kitchener,
Yeah, yeah,
live
yeah.
and direct from Kitchen Radio.
Yeah.
You know what I
Righty,
mean?
do you think we could do it? Do you think we could write a programme and put it on the overlap and do it as like a drama series? Like no, see, I'm just sat here watching, thinking, why don't we just do a programme? Why don't we do a programme?
What's
Get someone, get the
What's
guy
that
who
plot?
wrote House of Guinness and Peaky
What's that
Blinders,
plot? And
Stephen
then-
Knight, is it? Stephen Knight?
Yeah, he's probably not busy.
Stephen, can you just write us a programme for an hour, and then we'll do it and we'll put it.
I'd be
on the-
try and
I'd be
act
killing the first scene, wouldn't I? I'd write him out.
It's honestly no. It's honest. It's acting.
How long does it take that for an hour programme?
That take a long time.
A couple of weeks of filming.
Yeah, yeah, probably a couple
Would
of
we
months.
commit to
depending on
that
the
if we had a
film.
programme draw?
It's tough.
Like
So we're actors. We're
actors? We're sort of part of the.
no,
we're
is it
part-
like The Office? We know the cameras there. Can we do that? Where we can.
I don't know.
That'd be brilliant, yeah, that's the way to do
We
it.
need to bring someone talented in to do this.
the
I
No,
mean,
but if you're a proper actor, you don't look at the camera. You're not. You know what I mean? You don't look at the camera. You're not
You
supposed to.
look past it like
Yeah.
my.
we need a talented.
Surely, I
What's
don't
the
know.
famous?
Yeah,
Oh,
so you look there.
Danny Boyle. Danny Boyle or Stephen Knight. We need to just like put a little bit of magic around it.
I don't know, Gal. I don't know what's the plot to it. What we doing? We killing people? What's
I
happening?
think there's probably going to be a bit of death.
He said. What did you say on the plane today? You can't watch something without a bit of.
Panky.
Oh no!
So if someone dies, you got a bit of hanky panky.
Yeah, I can't do that.
That's a fight.
like a little something.
I've got
Just a
to have a
little
close.
something. Not too much because I got to watch my girls.
Hey, that's only a 5-second shot. Now.
Sweating.
You're all right.
Oh, get the digital twin.
No, they get coaches in for that. How to be.
Yeah,
like,
I think we should. Honestly, I think we should do like I don't know. I
That's-
don't- think of the sort of line. It's like think of how it works.
Hook.
What's the hook?
It's got to be something. It's got to be mystery.
No way back.
Trying to find something out. We're solving a murder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
I love
Yeah,
those.
like
I love
the
a
sound of
thriller.
that, yeah.
Solving a murder and the clues.
But not loads of series, just one
Just-
blast.
We just
You
do
need
2
closure,
weeks
yeah.
for 1 hour, and we do a.
And then in the end, it finishes like The Usual Suspects. Remember The Usual Suspects?
Yeah.
Oh, the twist.
So then in the end, Gary's
Kobayashi.
Roy's walking like he's something wrong, and then all of a sudden he
That's
walks.
the way I'm
normal.
walking out with my hip.
Your hips.
Hips
You could do that.
Did
That's
you get
another
that in
film.
that movie? Did you know
I'm
what's in?
excited about this.
No.
You didn't call that. No,
You know
I
what
didn't
was
either.
really great about The Usual Suspects when we found out how he done it, when they showed us the board
Yeah.
afterwards, and the fella looked and he saw all the
Yeah,
names.
they devised behind.
Honestly, I know it's all gone tits
I think
up
that was
for
one of
him,
the greatest twists
Kevin
I've ever
Spacey-
seen.
I think
I think
Kieran
so.
could be in this film. Do you? Do you think Kieran could be in this film?
What did they do?
I think you'd be like the sort of like the assistant to the bad man in it, whoever that is. Yeah.
But like,
Assistant to the regional manager.
it's like
Anyway, just thinking there, Diego Maradona
right.
on Roy's shirt. If there was one football player, Manchester United are playing Liverpool on Sunday, let's imagine we're all going to go and watch that game. If there's one football player from history you could bring and put into that match, who would it be?
For either team.
No, just one player that you could put into the game. Let's say it's for United, just for things. What player from
And
history would
obviously
you
in
now
his
just
prime.
want to see live? I'd love to see, just for the period, I'd like to see Duncan Edwards or George Best.
Right. Yeah.
Just purely to see George Best at his peak,
In the Prem.
play at Anfield and see.
Good
Well,
answer.
I'm actually getting goosebumps a little bit. Imagine that. You bring George Best back at like 23 years of age,
Yeah.
absolute peak, and literally go and play against Kirkes at Anfield off the right side or on the left side.
I'd probably go. Yeah, that's a good shout. But
Yeah.
I'd probably go Johan Cruyff.
Johan Cruyff.
Yeah, I'd really loved Johan Cruyff, and even obviously Pele was massive in the black community. But like when Johan Cruyff came in '74, I didn't see anything.
Good
like
question. I like it. I like
Great.
that question. Yeah, the idea
Great
of one of
player.
them.
Yeah,
players.
one of them coming back
I'd-
like that. Who would you have?
Brilliant answers. I'd throw Maradona
Joe
in there.
Maradona. Yeah.
Off the front for United.
Even again, Roy, I was watching the his document. Just the start. Of it. The
Everything about him was a footballer.
Yeah.
The way
The
he,
The
warm
way he walked, his
everything.
hair,
The shape of him.
everything. Yeah,
he had a bit of nastiness.
yeah.
I'm thinking a little, and I just got to keep. Obviously, you can just say obviously any player ever, but there's an account I follow on social media. He's a Liverpool fan, and what he does is he puts the clips of say like Kenny, Hansen, Souness. You know, you don't see. He puts like say their 10-minute clips of games, and I saw one of Barnes
Wow.
against Man United
Barnes,
in
bro.
At
about
Old Trafford?
1989. No, it's at Anfield. And
What year, Jamie, did you say, sorry?
it was about 89. I think
Right.
and he's up against Viv Anderson, and it's just John Barnes's clips. And I think of like where Liverpool are now, and probably could probably do with a world-class left winger. I'd say John Barnes, just because I watched him a few days ago in this particular game, and I think he said it was his best game for Liverpool. He was
Is that his prime?
unbelievable.
What year was his prime during
his-
Barnes?
Yeah,
Around then, do you reckon?
He was 87 to about 90. He was the best player in Britain by a mile, and probably one of the best, probably in the top 5 or 6 in
Was he
Europe.
still at
He's
Watford
unbelievable.
at 1884? Then when did he get to?
He went to Liverpool in 87.
Yeah.
So Liverpool won the league in 87, 88. That was but then after
Yeah,
that.
it was great
He was
watching him.
brilliant.
wasn't
Oh,
he?
yeah.
He was,
Barnes, he was great.
He was a proper player, man. Yeah.
Right, I forgot we had these questions on the back.
Go on then.
Gary, it's all right. We've done an hour if you want to.
Now let's see the questions, because what else are we going to do? It's beautiful. out
What
here.
is your favourite city in Europe? We're in Rome.
Rome's
It's not
beautiful.
This would
bad,
be
is it?
right
Yeah,
up there,
Rome's
wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
Rome's got to be up
so-
there, yeah. I like
I'm gonna say
the
London. It
Scandinavian
sounds
countries.
crazy. This. I'm gonna say London. You know.
In the summer.
Honestly,
Do you not like Copenhagen or? Do you
Yeah.
not like?
no. I look.
I
To
like
be honest,
Scandinavian
if you said your home city, it's outside your home city. But for me, I look at London when I go, and I think it's got everything.
Yeah.
Why don't you move there?
No, I wouldn't move there. I'd never move from Manchester. But
London's too busy
London?
for me.
If you go on a trip in Europe, is that what I was saying basically?
yeah, where would
Did you say favourite capital city or?
No, it's just has to be the favourite city in Europe.
I think if I was going on a trip with Nicola, I think I'd come here.
Would you come here?
Rome.
This is Nancy's favourite, but like the Amalfi Coast does that
It's
come down as
beautiful
a,
there.
that's quite nice.
Yeah.
I like
there's a lot of history.
Scandinavia. I like
There's a lot of
that. I
history,
love
yeah.
Scandinavia, man. Nice and
Yeah.
peaceful. And
Okay, we're Manchester United. You're Arsenal. You're Liverpool.
Right.
Which Italian player, past or present, would you love to see in your team today?
Paolo
Good
Rossi.
questions. You
Paolo
give
Rossi,
us
I'll take.
warning on these
They're easy.
questions.
I'll
They're
take
easy.
Paolo Rossi, mate.
If I could pick
Great.
an Italian player from past or
For
present
United.
to go into United
Was
today,
you thinking
He
him?
was the first one that came to my
Yeah.
mind, Baggio. But let me have a think.
I just went striker.
Maldini.
Fucking
No, you want some jokes. And Maldini is amazing, but you want something a bit more.
Baggio
Well,
in
a bit
his
more
prime.
exciting, yeah. An attack.
Baggio in his prime.
Look at the
Wow.
players we mentioned a while ago for United, or Liverpool attacking players, isn't it? They're the ones who excite you.
I'll take Paolo Rossi for Arsenal. I'll take him.
I'll go with Baggio.
Baggio.
Baggio just the swagger
He's
about
brilliant.
him.
He had a beautiful swag.
And then we've got a question from our sponsor, ARNE. Best football shirt you've received as a child?
Receive.
Well, I got mine. Mine was West Ham, and I got a West Ham kit.
Were you a West Ham fan, right? I
No,
thought you
my
were
brother, my older brother. No, my older brother to me was West Ham. So the
Oh.
first kit we got was West Ham.
Mine
Mine
was
was-
United, 85.
Mine was Everton 85, 84, 85. You know what? I was taught. So that the Jamie, the lad who takes me to the airport, he's an Everton fan. So we were talking this morning about
Sponsors.
sponsors, yeah. And we were talking about that Everton kit.
Was it
the
Hafnia?
84 Hafnia.
Yeah.
He told me what it. I didn't know what it was.
What was
but
it?
I knew it was a
Was it
Danish
TV?
company. He said it was spam.
Seriously?
I knew it was a Danish company. He said they did ham or like a bad ham or spam or
Bad
something
ham.
like
Spam.
Hafnia. But it just wanted. It just yeah. I was speaking about that this morning. Hafnia.
That was a cool kit though, because it was quite
Yeah.
tight. And it was
Leacock Sporty. They used to do a few kits then, didn't they? then?
Lecoq, yeah.
Well, that's the end of
We
the
done that?
Rome stick to football.
Right.
It was a bit of a journey.
We got there, right?
Lovely.
got
Got
there.
We got
there.
there.
Very good.
Nice. It's the ambience, isn't it?
Well done.
It's the place.
Yes.
It's the ambience.
We never had the food.
The Huel is beautiful, warm.
that
It's
garlic bread.
gorgeous.
That garlic bread looks good as well. I was just thinking of should I have a bit, but it looked like it's there too long.